coming into this, I was very lost. Truly I was. I mean, I had some idea of a person who I wanted to be, but when you take time to strengthen your individuality and your perspective, and you look at your weaknesses head on, and you work as a team for others' benefit, you practice generosity, responsibility, leadership, your individualism strengthens so much, and it provides so much perspective for who you want to be and how you want to live your life.
بر اساس تعالیم بهائی، فرد در 15 سالگی به سن بلوغ می‌رسد و قابلیت درک و تمییز مسائل روحانی و اخلاقی را دارا می‌شود. بنابراین آخرین سالهای قبل از بلوغ اهمیت خاصی پیدا می‌کنند. این دوران زمانی است که مفاهیم اساسی درباره حیات فردی و جمعی در ذهن نوجوانانی که تلاش می‌کنند عادات کودکی را پشت سر بگذارند شکل می‌گیرد. جوانان بین سن 12 تا 15 سال مطالب زیادی برای بیان کردن دارند و اگر با آنها مانند کودک رفتار شود، فرصت کمک به آنها برای شکل دادن به یک هویت صحیح برای خود از دست می رود.
The way I see the junior youth and youth years is that it has an amazing potential. The potential to tap into all of the gifts that they have.
It's the time when they are not either children, but they're also neither a youth or adult. It's a time for questioning.
I think that's the age where we believe is the last time we as adults have an influence, like a real influence on them, where we're still shaping their character, where we mold their values.
In order for them to be able to contribute for the betterment of their themselves, their community, their families, and for the world as a whole. So it is a very important age to touch.
Sometimes in that journey of figuring themselves out and who they are, where they are in the world, what their contribution will be, it's very difficult because they also want to be accepted and they want their peers, to give them feedback. And now with, phones and social media, unfortunately, it makes a very challenging period of time.
Raise your hand if you want to do a beach cleanup. Or if that's your preference out of all of them. Nobody. Okay, raise your hand if your preference is to plant trees. Ooh, y'all are still excited about that.
مؤسسه آموزشی روحی از بدو تأسیس برای کار با جوانان 12 تا 15 ساله اهمیت خاصی قائل بوده است. به خصوص خواهان آن بوده که اثرات تشکیل گروه‌های کوچکی از جوانان را در جوامع محلی شناسایی نماید. گروه‌هایی که برای افراد جوان محیطی فراهم می‌سازد که بتوانند عقاید مختلف را مورد بحث قرار دهند و یک هویت اخلاقی قوی در وجودشان شکل گیرد.
The people in my group have become my best friends, and I love when we learn together and do service, and our group has expanded into so much more. We do so many camps together, and we are always able to invite new people, and everyone gets along, which is really nice. So my group has become more of a family now.
The junior youth it's not really religious in a sense, more like spiritually empowering yourself and others. And how you do that, it's helped me grow in the future because I look at people in the community in a different way, and I look how, you should be kind to everyone and that you should help everyone out, and it's just really affected me in that way. It's really opened up a different view for me.
The characteristics of the group which I really admire are the inclusiveness, the warmness, the sociality of everybody, and the common purpose that everyone has.
United, we cannot stay divided. When we are united, we cannot be divided. When we are united, we cannot be divided.
3, 2, 1.
Oh Lord God, make us as waves of the sea, as flowers of thy garden.
I saw my friends going when I lived here, and they were telling me to go. So I asked my mom, and I was ended up able to go the next week.
در حالی که برخی از محتویات دوره‌های تواندهی نوجوانان به ایجاد مهارت در زبان و قدرت بیان مطالب توجه دارند و به مفاهیم ریاضی و مسائل اجتماعی می‌پردازند، سایر مطالب این دوره‌ها می‌کوشند تا جوانان را برای اقدام به پژوهش در حقایق مادی، اجتماعی و روحانی به شیوهی علمی آماده سازند. هرچند که مفاهیم اخلاقی مندرج در مواد آموزشی از تعالیم بهائی گرفته شده است، ولی از نظر ماهیت مذهبی نیست و به موضوعهای خاص بهائی نیز نمی‌پردازد. از این رو بسیاری از سازمان‌های مختلف از جمله مؤسسات دانشگاهی این مطالب را برای برنامه‌های آموزشی نوجوانان مفید خواهند یافت.
So much things about the environment, how we can help our society and how we can improve things that are happening, and from our side, what can we do to make things better in the world. So I think it is impacting my future a lot because I'm learning what I can do when I grow up.
We have discussions that you can't really have anywhere else. We have deep discussions that really help elevate who I am as a person. I feel that participating in this group will help me when I'm older have a better outlook on life and help me make better decisions when I'm older.
So when you see me serving, I'm building me a home. I'm building me a home. When you see me serving, I'm building me a home. I'm building me a home. 'Cause this earthly house is gonna soon decay. It's gonna soon decay. And my soul's gotta have some place to stay. Some place to stay. So when you see me laughing,
It is a program that empowers them to become better versions of themselves. They learn about kind of their spiritual and moral identity and develop that capacity in themselves.
As I'm getting older and stuff, I'm kind of getting aware of my surroundings and stuff, and I learned a lot of life qualities and skills from this group. Responsibility, leadership, time management, becoming a more, good at social interactions as well. I think that's really a big thing, especially in these groups and stuff, because I know many kids my age and younger, they're sometimes, having trouble to get that social interaction with other youth members, and they're sometimes a bit shy. So I think I kind of definitely built that, because when I first came into this group, I was a bit shy and I didn't really speak as much. But as I just kind of went on and just kind of built that interaction with my other members, I kind of got better at that quality. And I think what this group has to offer in the future for me is that definitely just becoming a role model to my peers, becoming a leader, and just taking action and doing it with my members step by step.
I was a very sad little kid, so I didn't have many friends. I didn't know how to talk to people. When I did, it wasn't the nicest, So when I started going to junior youth group, I kind of realized, I kind of figured out how to talk to people more, because I was with a lot of people, not a lot, just enough so I could be included in the conversation. And I learned how to speak correctly, and my stutter started to go away, which is great. I had a big one. But yeah, ever since that day, I just kind of became a lot happier and nicer to others.
در بین این موازی مسائلی دیده می شود که اغلب جوانان با آنها درگیرند، مانند آزادی اراده، سرنوشت و روابط پیچیده بین اراده و دانش. برنامه تواندهی روحانی به نوجوانان در گروه‌های کوچکی ارائه می‌گردد که معمولاً توسط جوانان بزرگتر در محله‌ها تشکیل می‌شود. به این جوانان بزرگتر و بزرگسالانی که در این زمینه مشغول به خدمت می‌باشند و به عنوان مشوقین این گروه شناخته می‌شوند، آموزش‌هایی داده می‌شود که با کتاب 5 دوره‌های اصلی آغاز می‌گردد. دوره‌های مربوط به اجرای برنامه تواندهی روحانی به نوجوانان یک شاخه تخصصی را تشکیل می‌دهد که بر بعضی از مفاهیم، مهارت‌ها، خصوصیات و نگرش‌هایی تمرکز می‌کند که تجربه نشان داده است مورد نیاز کسانی است که خواهان اجرای این برنامه به نوجوانان می‌باشند. به مشوقین نوجوانان، یعنی کسانی که به این مسیر خدمت وارد می‌گردند، کمک خواهد شد تا برای کار کردن با نوجوانان 12 تا 15 ساله آماده شوند و با مواد آموزشی ارائه شده از طرف مؤسسه آموزش روحی برای این گروه سنی آشنا گردند.
Being, a little younger and closer to the age of the junior youth here, it makes it a little easier to relate to them and talk openly with them. And I try my best to be a source of advice and just, take them in and kind of help them wherever I can. I'm on your magical mystery ride, and I'm so dizzy, don't know what hit me, but I'll be alright. My head's under.
It's very fun to be around people, and especially when there's like new people in the class. I like reading the books too, because we can talk about like different answers, and sometimes like we can talk about the things that relate to the book in our lives. I really like spending time with my friends though. That's one of the main things that I like about this group. Love your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections.
Because they have such potential, and they have so much energy and ideas, and always want to be of service. So it's an age group that I connected to very easily and really admire and look forward to being a part of each week.
I think it was because I felt that I had flaws myself, and I think that's a human occurrence, is that we magnify the negative aspects of ourselves, and we allow that to blur our vision of how we can treat others. And so when I felt that I wasn't gonna be a perfect example, it scared me away.
There are challenges, there are fears, but you just make the decision to do your best, to learn, and to go through the process and do the best you can.
I'm typically nervous in general anyway, so meeting new people has always been harder for me. It's a little bit easier with the children's classes and the junior youth because it gives me something to talk to somebody about. But I'm always anxious and nervous before any activity and starting something new.
fighting was a very big thing when I was younger, and I didn't really know the harms of it. But when I started going to junior youth group, I kind of learned more about how it's harmful to others and what's harmful to myself and my soul. I just eventually learned that this isn't the right thing to do, and I stopped, basically.
Sometimes I just have to just jump into it and just go with it. But sometimes I try and like relax, breathe, read through the materials so I'm prepared.
Oh Lord, make the truth radiant and confer thy bounty upon this poor creature. Bestow upon him knowledge. Grant him better strength at the break of every morn. Bestow upon him knowledge. Grant him better strength at the break of every morn, and guard him within the shelter of thy protection, so that he may be freed from error, may devote himself to the service of thy cause, may guide the wayward, lead the hapless, free the captives, and awaken the heathen.
I do feel worried most of the time when I want to go out and talk to people and invite people, just because I'm a very shy person. So I'm still learning how to open up more and get out of my shell. I prepare with my mom sometimes when I have the time to do it, and just basically go over the sections so I wouldn't be reading directly from the book, because most of them, they get distracted if you're just reading from the book. So you have to kind of like sometimes just summarize the whole story, and then so they can be like more interesting.
It has really affected me to be a better person overall. Love every part of it. I love the people, I love the learning, I love the socializing. I just don't dislike anything about it.
I think these are classes making me think about other people more than myself. And just making sure that everything I do to help others as well as myself.
I think, often we as parents listen too much to our children. And they don't want to do the right things, They'd rather sleep in than go to a class, or they'd rather chill on a weekend than engage in service. But I think until they're mature and really take care of themselves, it's our responsibility to guide them well, not in a way that it feels like they don't have a choice, but in a way that you basically encourage them to make that decision every weekend, so they know they have responsibilities to their soul, but also to others.
During my time, we had our own challenges, but I think that it's exasperated now. This need to be liked, to be in the eyes of others, getting approval, about who they are and what they're doing. So in that way, I think that the negative forces of society are very unique in this day and age. However, even so, we see, youth entrepreneurs, we see youth doing service, we see youth coming up with innovative ideas. And so it really shows that the power of the human spirit, especially in that age, to transcend, the negative forces around them.